How we doing, everyone? Sam here, United People's TV, out in 4 PM kickoff. You know, that game against Real Madrid in the Super Cup, I think we all knew that was going to happen. But what I want to know from all you guys and girls, and what I want to talk about, is whether or not Man United can mount a Premier League title challenge this season, and whether or not we need one more signing to make that happen. Now, let's read a few of your comments straight away here. Perisic says Sam Adshead. Lloyd Emlyn says Perisic as well. And Nick B says Sergio Roberto. But what I want to know from you is that if Man United are going to make one final signing this summer, who do you think that signing needs to be for Man United to mount a Premier League title challenge? You know, for me, looking at the squad, I think our defence has looked a bit shaky, but I'm absolutely confident that Lindelof is going to come through and be a top draw player for Man United. It just hasn't come through just yet. Quite a few people there saying Serge Aurier. Now, Aurier is the right back from PSG, but for me, if Jose Mourinho is letting Timothy Fosu-Mensah go, he's happy either with the options that we've got at right back with Antonio Valencia, with Darmian, he can play there, Axel Tuanzebe, and he let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go out on loan to Crystal Palace. So either we're going to get Aurier in, or someone else is going to come in that area. Danny Rose is being mentioned right there. Obviously, Danny Rose talking this week, a bit of a weird one. Danny Rose saying that he would be happy to go north if he wants to try and find trophies. Now, left back has been a problem for Man United ever since Luke Shaw's horror injury. Because that left back, the reason that Anthony Martial last season, I feel, the reason he couldn't be so 100% effective at the left back role, the left wing role, is because we didn't have a left back overlapping him. That meant that defenders could easily double up on him. So we definitely need to get a left back. Loads of you saying Rose here. Loads of you saying Perisic. Even Alaba's come up. I don't think Alaba is going to be coming anywhere near Manchester United. But Perisic, it's, I think, something that we've seen from the pre-season games, seen from the Real Madrid game, is how slightly predictable Man United can be on the wings. When Man United get into that attacking position, it's very easy for defences to know what we're going to do, because we're always going to cut inside. We don't have somebody who can cut out to the left and whip a crossing. And with Lukaku in the team now, if we get somebody like that, because Antonio Valencia does it from the right hand side, nobody does it from the left hand side at the moment. Plenty more names coming in. Gary Neville, I'd love to re-sign Gary Neville in his prime, but unfortunately not going to. It's a shame, really. But I like Valencia now. I'm all aboard the Valencia train. Pay whatever Inter wants and get Perisic, says someone. I mean, I think that ship has sailed, sorry. Because if Man United were going to sort of pay whatever we wanted to get Perisic, I feel the deal would have already been done by now. Man United are still trying to bargain with Inter and get it for as cheap as possible, but it's just not happening at the moment. So many of you want to see Danny Rose, and I think that kind of identifies how weak we are at left back. But for me, this is a personal opinion, lots of you would still want to see Danny Rose sign. Nick B asking if I'm still in Croatia. I am still in Croatia. Sorry if there's background noise. There's loads of crickets here, everywhere. They are loud as hell. I know Gary Neville was a right back. Just mentioned the fact that I would like to re-sign Gary Neville. Get Son in from Spurs. Spurs aren't going to be selling any players. They're not buying any players. They're just keeping it together. Comment there from Johnny saying, look around Madrid, one central midfielder and two attacking midfielders sat next to him. We can do that with Matic sitting deep with Herrera and Pogba. But what I want to know, let me know in the comments now, if we don't make a new signing, a fourth signing this summer, do you think Man United have got what it takes to mount a Premier League title push this season? Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And I do, to, in my own personal opinion, I do to a point, but I think we're 1 or 2 injuries away from having a pretty bad starting 11. If you say, take Matic out of the situation and take Pogba out of the situation, Man United's central midfield options are weak as hell. We're going to start Carrick, we're going to start Fellaini. Fellaini's probably going to start most games, not most games anyway, but I fear for Man United's credentials in terms of what injuries could do to our squad. And I don't know whether that's because what I've seen with pre-season. I think the strength of the squad is there, but I'm not sure. Comment there saying from, Nathan George is asking if missing out on Kolasinac, whatever his name is, the Arsenal left back, was a mistake. No, Jay, in next season or the year after, and no one's really going to care about him. I feel that's the case with Kolasinac. I'm not going to be too scared about what he's going to do. Confidence, he needs time, he needs a manager that really believes in him. And if Mourinho hasn't sold him this summer, that shows you that he has got belief in him and that he will come back. Oh, hopefully he will come back this season. Sorry about that. I really do hope that he does. Perisic will be in Manchester in 2 weeks. Inter will sign a replacement, says Nelson. There's quite a few of you who feel that our squad is strong enough to compete for the Premier League if we don't make a new signing, and there's quite a few of you that disagree and think that we do need to make that fourth signing. Another area, we're competing in the Champions League, and injuries could ruin that. We are getting Ibrahimovic soon, says Nadia. Absolutely. Ibrahimovic will be rejoining in January. As soon as I heard that he was retraining with Man United's team in the training camp at Carrington, I always knew that he was going to rejoin at some point. And he's coming back to Old Trafford. Will he score? He probably will score. Will he celebrate? I don't think he'd celebrate, but Hernandez will get a fantastic reception. West Ham have built a decent squad, I feel, this summer. Made some really good signings. But it's Man United at home, and it's the first day of the Premier League season. Not as a whole, but to sort of keep it together as such. They definitely improved in the second half of the season. They have improved massively in the summer, and I can really make it a title challenge if we didn't make that fourth signing. And some of you agree that we can, some